So fast Fourier transform. Now, fast Fourier transform is just an algorithm. This is an algorithm or an efficient method to compute DFT using reduced number of computations. Because if you see the direct method of finding DFT, how it is found, x of k is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n into e raised to minus j 2 pi divided by n uh, into n kn. Now, if you see this particular equation, you can see for finding the DFT of a particular sequence, this particular equation consists of for one value of k, you have n multiplication, n number of multiplication and n minus 1 number of additions. So, for finding k number of outputs, how many multiplication additions will be there? You will be having n square, because 0 k also varies from 0 to n minus 1. So n number will be there. So n into n square complex multiplications, and you have n into n minus 1 complex additions. Okay, so in order to reduce this particular number of complex multiplication and complex additions, we are going for an algorithm which is known as fast Fourier transform. Now this fast Fourier transform is based on divide and conquer approach. Divide and conquer approach means what? We will be dividing the sequence of size n to reduce to smaller DFTs from which the larger DFT is computed. Okay, so this particular method, that is fast Fourier transform, adopts divide and conquer approach. In this, what is happening is that we decompose endpoint DFT. You decompose endpoint DFT into smaller DFTs, smaller size DFTs. Okay, this is how we normally do this fast Fourier transform. So if you have a endpoint, that endpoint will be further divided into smaller size DFTs, and from the smaller size DFTs you can find the larger DFT. Now this n is, imagine this endpoint sequence, it can be represented as R1, R2, R3, etc. up to Rm. If you take R1 is equal to R3 is equal to Rm is equal to R, and then this particular n becomes, it will be equal to R raised to m. Okay, so n can be always expressed as R raised to m, where R is a R point sequence, and always this will be less than n. R will be less than n, and m will be the number of stages you have to perform. That is, if n is equal to 8, R raised to m means n will be equal to 2 raised to 3. So here R is equal to 2 and m is equal to 3. So what you are having? You are having three stages. Three stages means first you have 2-point sequence, then you have 4-point sequence, then you have 8-point sequence. So like that you will divide your sequence into 3 stages, n-point sequence into 3 stages. Okay. So this is done using two methods. One is decimation in time and decimation in frequency. Decimation in time and decimation in frequency. Now decimation in time means your frequency, your signal x of n will be decomposed. Decimation in time means signal in time domain is x of n. So this x of n will be decomposed into smaller ones, and from that you will be finding the DFT. Here decimation in frequency means frequency samples will be decomposed. So here frequency samples are decomposed. Now this particular algorithm, that is FFT algorithms, uses symmetry and periodicity property of Twiddle factor. Uses symmetry and periodicity property of Twiddle factor. So what is Twiddle factor? Twiddle factor, we know Wn is equal to e raised to minus j 2 pi divided by n. So where I Wnk, you have this e raised to minus j 2 pi by n. This is our symmetrical means, symmetry property means that is Wn k plus n by 2 can be equated to W minus Wn k. That is imagine you have k is equal to 0 and it is an 8-point sequence, so n will be equal, it will take 2-point sequence, so n will be equal to 2. So what will be Wn k plus n by 2? So it will be W 2 0 plus 2 by 2, that is equal to what? W2 raised to 1. Then minus W and k will be equal to minus W2 0. Okay. Now you can always say W2 raised to 1 is equal to minus W2 raised to 0. What is W2 raised to 1? It will be equal to e raised to minus j 2 pi by 2. Here we are considering n as 2. So raised to 1. So it is minus 1 all raised to 1. It is minus 1. Now what is e raised to minus j 2 pi by 2 all raised to 0? That is equal to 1. So this is minus W2 raised to 0. So W2 raised to 1 can be equated to minus W2 raised to 0. So this is symmetry property of Twiddle factor. Now same way this particular Twiddle factor is having another property, that is periodicity property. Periodicity property. Now periodicity property says Wn k plus n is equal to Wn k. Again we will try to we will try and see one example. Same thing we will take. K as 0. Let k is equal to 0 and n is equal to 2 will take. So what is Wn k plus n? Wn k plus n will be equal to W2 raised to 2 and Wn k will be equal to W2 raised to 0. Now if you find these two, W2 raised to 2 will be equal to minus 1 square and this will be 1. It will be raised to 0. So it will be equal to 1. It will be equal to 1. So this always obeys periodicity property and symmetry property. And this fast Fourier transform is based on these two properties. One thing, it uses divide and conquer approach. Second thing, it uses the symmetry and periodicity property of Twiddle factor. By exploiting these two factors, you are reducing the number of complex additions and complex multiplication in DFT calculations. And this is done in two methods. One is decimation in time and second method is decimation in frequency. Now we will see the first method. First method is decimation in time. Decimation in time, that is DIT radix 2 FFT. Radix 2 means we are going to consider always n as a power of 2. So n as a power of 2 means it is known as radix 2 FFT. R is known as radix. So decimation in time is sequence x of n will be decomposed and we will be finding the larger DFTs. Now for finding this decimation in time, finding DFT using decimation in time and decimation in frequency, first you have to know a signal flow graph which represents the flow of signals, and it resembles the shape of butterfly. So signal flow graph is there which resembles the shape of a butterfly. So if you have a 2-point sequence, let me take a 2-point sequence first. Now the butterfly diagram or the signal flow diagram for this particular 2-point sequence is like this. This is decimation in time I am writing. So you have 2 points. Now the signal flow of this can be represented like this. Now this is another complex number. Okay, so you have 2 samples here. Now in decimation in time, if it is a 2 point sequence, you will be having always n by 2 number of butterflies. Okay, so here it is it is a 2-point sequence, so n by 2, that is equal to 2 by 2, so value is equal to 1. So you have 1 butterfly. Now for doing this algorithm, you have to draw like this, and this particular branch will be having a phase factor or a weight which will be equal to W n k, where k varies from what? How many number of samples are there? Here you have 2 samples. So k varies from 0 to n minus 1 means you have only one value of k is equal to 0, right? So in this case, k is equal to 0, so you can represent your butterfly diagram as like this. You can represent, instead of W and K, you write A, B. This is W2, I have written N as 2, this is 0, this is 1, here you have A, B. Now same way as you have weights over this branch from this point to this point, this is one branch, all other branches except the last one is having weight 1 and this is having weight minus 1. So this particular number capital A will be equal to, this value is A into 1, A into 1. Now here there is one addition happening, so A into 1 plus this is B into W to 0. Now here what is the value? B will be equal to, here again A is coming, so A, now here this particular B is equal to A minus B into W to 0. Now this is how you draw the butterfly diagram for 2-point sequence. So this is a butterfly diagram for 2-point sequence. So here after computation of this algorithm, you have 2 numbers. This is another complex numbers which is equal to A plus B W to 0. Here B is equal to A minus B W to 0. Same way, if you have a 4-point sequence and if you have to draw butterfly diagram, then again you have, imagine you have 2 4-point sequence. So depending on the number of samples in the sequence, you draw lines. So A, B, C, D. So how many number of butterflies should be there? 2 by n by 2, that is equal to here 4 by 2. So you should have 2 butterflies. So first you mark the input and output points. Now you have input and output points. Now you should have 2 butterflies, no? So 2 butterflies means first this has to be joined to this point and this has to be joined to this point. Okay, like this you draw the 2 butterflies. So one butterfly is this one. So first butterfly, this is the first butterfly. Okay, second butterfly, this is the second butterfly. So like that you have 2 butterflies. And how will you mark the weight? In order to mark the weight for 4-point sequence, again how many number of lines you have, you identify the number of lines, you have 4 lines. So for last 2 lines will be having weight which is equal to W n k. So here n is equal to 4 and k will be from 2. You have how many number of 0 to n minus 1 means it has to be 0, 1. So this is 1, 1, w4 raised to 0 and w4 raised to 1, and all other points will be, all other branches will be having value 1, 1. Last branch of first butterfly will be having minus 1. Again, last branch of the second butterfly is having weight minus 1. All others are 1 only. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. And then you can find here A, B, C, D. Now what will be A? A will be equal to this A minus, plus C, W4, 0. B will be equal to B plus D, W4, 1. C will be equal to this is A minus C, W4, 0, B plus D, B plus D. This is B plus D. Here you have A minus C, W4, 0. D is again B minus D, W4, 1. Okay, this is how you mark the find the complex numbers for a 4-point sequence. Same way you can draw for 8-point sequence also. Now this W4 raised to 0, W4 raised to 1, W4 raised to 0, W4 raised to 1 means you can replace this with your whatever you are getting. When you find W4 raised to 0, e raised to minus j 2 pi divided by 4 raised to 0, that is equal to 1. So if you want, you can replace this as 1. Now W4 raised to 1 means it will be equal to pi by 2. So W4 raised to 1 means e raised to minus j pi by 2, no? So this is equal to minus j. So this can be replaced as minus j. So here also in the 2 point also, if you want, you can replace it as the value what you are getting. So here it will be 1, here it will be minus j, this will be 1 minus j. So when you replace, this is A plus C, this is B minus j D, and this is equal to A minus C, and this is equal to what? B minus B plus J D. Okay, so this is how you find for 4-point sequence. Similarly, you can find for 8-point sequence also. So when you have 8 point, first you draw the lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that you have to draw 8 lines. 6, 7, 8. Now you mark the output and input terminals. Okay. Now n by 2 means it is 8 by 2. So 4 butterflies. 4 butterflies has to be there. Now 4 butterflies means what you have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. You make the division here. Now you join. This is 1. Okay. Now all the rest is just like your 2 point and 4 point. This will be 1. Last 4 will be having weight equal to tittle factor. So it will be W80, W81, W82, W83. and the last branch of each butterfly. So this is the first butterfly. So here this is the last branch. This is another branch. So this is having weight minus 1. 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 Now all the rest is same. So if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now here A will be equal to what? All other weights are 1 only. 1, 1. This is 1. So all are 1. So you just find out what will be A minus A plus E W80. B will be equal to B plus FW81. So like that you can write all the values. I'll write here one more. E will be equal to what? A minus EW80. Okay, so this is how we find the butterflies 4, 2.4.8 point sequences.